Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm always happy to connect with you guys. If this is your first time on my channel, you're highly welcome. So like, subscribe, and leave your comment below. Today I have two amazing personalities, two amazing guys, my bosses and the fine guys, you know, fresh guys and all of that. Yeah. So what's your name, bro?
I'm Prince Bell. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy. Thank you.
I love his name, like Prince, the fresh guy, the one and only. Oh, don't worry, yeah.
Ladies man.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. Thank you for having me.
And to my left, I have with me.
Never lack.
Never lack. I love his name. Yeah, fresh guy too. Like he has.
He never lacks.
And all of that,
Never lacks.
He never lacks anything. And by God's grace, he will never lack.
Yeah.
So today we're checking out 10 surprising facts about Indonesia. Yeah, I love this country so much.
Wow.
And you know, I like them. Like not because like that's the highest population for Muslims per se.
Okay.
But I like them, their culture and all of that. It sounds amazing. They're just different, bro. So let's just check them out.
All right.
We're happy to be exploring the country of Indonesia. Now this is a very unique country and you'll see exactly why I say that very soon. Welcome back to another FTD Facts episode. My name is Leroy Kenton and this is a channel for you if you love learning about different countries, cultures, and people. So go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell to be notified of our daily episodes, and also leave a like on this video if you love learning. Okay, so let's jump into the facts now. I have 10 surprising and interesting facts about Indonesia coming up right now. Starting at fact number 10. Let's look at the name of Indonesia. Well, the name Indonesia actually comes from the Latin word Indus, meaning Indian, and the Greek word Nisos, meaning island. Indonesia was originally called Indian Archipelago or East Indies Island. The name Indonesia was coined back in the 1850s by a man named James Logan, who is editor of the Singapore Published Journal of the Indian Archipelago and Eastern Asia. And he used it as a short for the equivalent of the term Indian Archipelago. Now check this. The most odorous flower on the planet is called the Amorphophallus titanum. And this is found in Indonesia, and it can grow to an average of about 2 meters high. And when it blooms, it actually releases this bad odor that people compare it to rotten meat. And the worst thing, you don't gotta be close to smell it. You can be up to half a mile away and still smell this odor. It's also known as the devil's tongue, and it was originally discovered back in the year 1878 in a rainforest of the central Sumatra island by the Italian botanist and explorer named Dr. Erordo Bacciari. Indonesia also has the largest Muslim population in the entire world. There's an estimated 225 million Muslims living in Indonesia, and that makes it the largest Muslim population in the world. Now, most people around the world probably think that Muslims are somewhere in the Arabic world, but no, a fraction of Muslims are actually Arab. Now, despite Islam being the majority religion in Indonesia, the Indonesian government also recognizes 6 religions, even though they do allow religious freedom. But those 6 main religions that they recognize are, of course, Islam, Protestantism, Catholicism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Confucianism. The country of Indonesia is also the largest island country in the entire world, both in terms of its size as well as its population. And it's made up of more than 17,504 islands. But about 6,000 of those islands are still uninhabited. And now this is not to be confused with the largest country that is an island, which is Greenland now, because Australia is classified as a continent. Those would be just like one island. What I say by largest island country is that it's made up of multiple different islands to make up that one country. And when it comes to Indonesia, there are 5 major islands in the Indonesian archipelago, an additional 30 smaller groups which are inhabited also. New Guinea and Sumatra are some of the largest islands in the world, all in Indonesia. Now, when it comes to money and finances and the rich and the poor, there is a big gap between poor people and rich people in Indonesian society. So check this, about half of the population are estimated to live on less than $2 US per day, which is about the same as roughly 28,000 Indonesian rupiah. Now, the average wage in the country on a whole is just $280 US. Now, in the entire Indonesia, there are 300 distinct ethnic groups with their own language and culture. So it's very rich, it's very diverse, and the largest ethnic group are the Japanese, Sudanese, Malay, and Madris. Also, another interesting fact, this is probably one of the most interesting facts, is that Indonesia is a very unique country like I mentioned, but despite being a modern country and having a modernized capital city, Jakarta, experts actually estimate that there are still over 100 uncontacted tribes living in the rainforests of Indonesia. And now the majority of these isolated tribes are living on the island of New Guinea and other islands in the eastern part of the country. Now guys, did you know that Indonesia has the most amount of volcanoes than any other country in the world? The country surpasses Japan, it surpasses the United States, and the country is also #1 in the world in terms of having the largest amount of active volcanoes. Now check out this guy right here, the Komodo dragon. You've probably seen these animals before. Well yeah, they can be found in Indonesia and they can actually eat humans whole. Yeah, but yeah, don't worry though, you're probably not gonna run into these guys in the wild because they are protected and you can find them in the country's national parks, specifically on the Komodo Island, which of course the dragon is named after. The Komodo dragon is the world's largest living lizard. And the final fact I want to share with you about Indonesia is that Indonesians are some of the world's shortest people on average. So as the facts say that Netherlands is home to the tallest people in the world on average, you'll find the shortest people on average in Indonesia. The average height of a person living in the Indonesian archipelago is 1.58 meters, and that works out to be 5 feet and 1 inch tall. Alright guys, so those are all the facts I have for you about Indonesia. I know we explored a whole lot. There's so much more to see and talk about for this country. Very fascinating, isn't it? So definitely I want to hear from you guys now. Sound off down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts about Indonesia? Have you ever visited? Are you from Indonesia? Let me know down below. And before I go, I have our video that I recommend.
Wow.
Guys, I saw you laughing, bro.
Wow. I was actually laughing because of the, you know, the short people that he mentioned. That is the one that took me off.
Really?
You know, other things he was mentioning were actually interesting, but that last one was, and also the largest, the biggest living lizard that is capable of eating a human.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. And I love that, like, you know, that is something I would actually want to see with my physical eyes if I go to Indonesia.
You can
go.
Yeah, no, sure. Like I watched a documentary talking about, like, there's this guy, an Arab guy, I think Ahmed Hatib or something. Like he has a page on Facebook, like he tours country, like do vlogging, and he went to this Comodor island, and it was really fascinating to like watch them. You know, they are there. People stay there sometimes, like this place, but like once in a while, like they have fatal cases, but apart from that, they are like not calm per se. They are being protected. You work with somebody to like go see them, and at night you're around. Oh, bro, you should be around. Yeah. So apart from that, like they're really nice. I know why you laugh, because I'm short. That's why you're laughing. You know that
Exactly.
one is cool. That one is cool. I understand you. So that's why I was just looking at you. And
Wow.
you know, they're fascinating things. What do you have to say, bro?
Like he talked about the more active volcanoes. I never knew they're in India. Like,
Yeah,
wow.
Indonesia.
Sorry, Indonesia. Like, wow, that was wonderful.
So lastly, so like I really, I know
Indonesia
you're kind of
in-
like surprised when you heard like the highest Muslim population was there. 'Cause
Yeah.
you thought it was the Arab.
You know, I was like, Indonesia? How? Like, you know, when you go to the Arab nations, they are majority of them are just Muslims, you know. So when he says that, and you know, that is big. That is big. You know, I didn't know of these kind of things that are happening in these countries, you know, like Indonesia. Like, it's wow.
At least I know that Indo means India, then Indonesia means island. Now that
Yeah.
So that's what we're here to like do, the positivity mindset. And what really got me as well is like when you were talking about the gap between the rich and the poor, like it's really big. So like I'm not saying like it's not only in Africa those things happen. You
Yeah,
know?
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Because you know, you can see that as far as he mentioned, that means that the gap is really big.
Like
You know,
that's it.
that's wow.
Yeah, so thanks for coming, guys. I really appreciate having you here. My big bosses, my great guys.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for having us.
I hope to like see you again in my channel because like it's really nice to react to with you guys.
It'll be a
you
great
know,
pleasure.
In Never Lacks, and the Prince, the fresh guy, and all of that. So guys, we come to the end of the reaction. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and leave your comment below. Stay blessed.